Okay, so what you're looking at here, it's not just a workout in a park. This is the start of something big, a real movement. We're going to dive into how the Equal Chance Boxing Foundation took a pretty simple idea and turned it into a powerful promise for an entire community. This quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of this whole story. The first time you do something, you're just introducing yourself. But the second time, yeah, that's a promise. And for the kids this foundation serves, that promise means absolutely everything. So let's talk about that promise. The foundation just held their second open air training event. And listen, this was not just another session. This was them planting a flag, proving to everyone that they are here to stay, creating a reliable, safe space for the youth in their community. This really breaks it all down, doesn't it? It shows you the evolution. That first event was the introduction. A little spark, just asking for a little bit of trust. But that second event, oh, that's when they proved they were reliable. That's where the spark became a real fire. This is literally how you start a movement. And you know what it all comes down to? Something so simple, really. Consistency. I mean, why does just showing up again and again matter so much? Well, for a lot of these young people, their world is anything but consistent. Just try to imagine it for a second. Navigating a world of constant chaos, where the rules seem to change every day, and you've got nonstop digital noise in your ear. When you don't have predictable safe spaces, of course you're going to build a protective shell. You'd hesitate to trust anything new because you're just so used to things not lasting. And this, right here, is why consistency becomes the ultimate currency of trust for a kid from that kind of environment. It's not just about being on time. It's about proving you are a stable, reliable force in their life. It's a way of saying, without words, hey, you can count on us. And the impact? You could literally see it. At that second event, the foundation saw kids who had been super quiet and stood at the back during the first session. Now they were boldly stepping right up to the front. They were so eager to show off the stances they'd been practicing at home. That's exactly what happens when trust is earned. And part of the genius of this whole foundation is its simple but really powerful approach, creating a gym without any walls. Just by taking these training sessions right into a public park, they change absolutely everything. Think about it. A traditional gym can be kind of intimidating, right? You've got the heavy doors, it's all enclosed, it can feel like a barrier. But training out in the open air, that's accessible, it's public, it's welcoming to everybody. And it completely flips the narrative for the whole neighborhood, from one of idle youth to one of focused, supported athletes. And you can see the culture this creates. During that second session, something amazing just happened. Peer mentorship. The older kids just started helping the newcomers. You had a 14-year-old patiently showing a 10-year-old how to wrap their hands. This is how a movement keeps going. It builds from the inside out. And of course, this is about so much more than just building a community. The physical and mental benefits of what they're doing are just profound. Boxing is one of the most demanding sports on the planet, and taking it outdoors adds a whole other powerful layer. Let's break it down. That intense exercise combined with fresh air actually reduces the stress hormone cortisol. It creates what they call a flow state, a mental space where you just can't worry about anything else. These kids are even developing amazing balance on the uneven grass. And the most important part, they are building an absolutely unbreakable foundation of self-confidence. So what does it actually take to keep this incredible thing going? Well, it's surprisingly concrete. Just $50. That's all it takes to provide a child with gloves and training for an entire month. It's a direct line from a simple donation right into a kid's future. And that individual impact? It scales up in a huge way. So far, the foundation has already trained over 500 young people. That $50 doesn't just help one kid. It fuels a program that is literally transforming hundreds of lives. But all of this incredible success has created a brand new challenge. The word is out, demand is just skyrocketing, and the movement is growing way faster than anyone could have guessed. And that brings up a really interesting question. So what is the challenge of success? Well, for the Equal Chance Boxing Foundation, it's about having the resources to meet this overwhelming positive response from the community. I mean, it's a great problem to have, for sure, but it is an urgent one. You can kind of think of their journey like this. First, a spark was lit with that initial event. Now, a fire has definitely caught, with kids showing up in droves. But to keep that fire burning bright, well, it needs fuel. And that fuel is very specific stuff. We're talking more gloves, proper headgear in all the different sizes to keep everyone safe, and maybe most importantly, an expanded coaching staff to maintain that vital mentorship. This is all about scaling up so that no child ever has to be turned away. And that's exactly why supporting this foundation isn't just charity. No, it's a direct, high-yield investment. You're funding the exact moment a teenager realizes they are stronger than their circumstances. You're buying the equipment that keeps a child engaged in something positive and honestly life-changing. So it all really boils down to this one last question. The foundation is out there, they're putting in the work, they're proving that this works. The kids are showing up, ready to train. So the real question for the rest of us is this: how do we make sure every single one of those kids has someone in their corner?